up, Moto Drain?
Hi, safety homunculus.
Well, I'm doing pretty great. What about you?
I didn't ask you how you were doing.
I forgot the line.
What's up, Moto Drain?
Well, I'm just sitting in my hot garage in front of a green screen and drinking a cold drink.
Is it cold? Well, are you bored?
Yes.
Why don't you just review the new Triumph Trident?
Alright guys, so you got it. We're going to be reviewing the Triumph Trident, and the way we're going to be doing this review is Matt from Cascade Moto Classics has agreed to join me and take on the performance side of the review so that we can actually show you what this bike can really do, not with me, a very intermediate level rider on it. When I ride it, it'll be to show you as a regular owner / commuter how does it feel to me, and obviously for liability reasons. So with that, see you on the road.
Hey guys, Moto Matt here. We just got unleashed the brand new Triumph Trident. We're out here, beautiful Portland area. We're gonna go in and take a look at giving it a ride on some of these twisty roads here. So we're super excited to get through some gears, and we're gonna give you some updates here shortly. We got the brand new 2022 Triumph Trident with almost 80 horsepower and 60 foot-pounds of torque. Literally a torque table that looks like a table. We've got the Michelins up front. They're really great sport touring tires. I'm really enjoying these. So with the Triumph Trident, guys, you're getting almost 50 miles per gallon. You're getting 10,000 mile service intervals. I mean, it's hitting a lot of check boxes that you'd want out of a daily commuter. Regular gas only. And honestly, the biggest thing, over a 2-year cost of ownership, you're saving about 25% compared to any other competition. So, I mean, it's a great budget bike. It's fantastic. It has great torque, great power, and a really solid suspension setup. All right, so yes, the suspension's not fully adjustable, though it has great spring rate. It doesn't feel super soft or feel like it's gonna fold on itself. It really feels like it responds nicely, and it has a really nice balance between comfort and a nice preload spring rate to where it's still gonna respond if you wanna get a little aggressive with it, so I'm really enjoying it. We gotta do my favorite thing, which is turning off the traction control, right? So let's try to find that real quick. That's it, okay. Let's get rolling. So one thing about this bike, man, when I'm telling you it has a table of torque that doesn't stop. It really does have a table of torque. Yeah, like it pulls evenly and it just keeps going. So it's very nice. It's a lot of fun. It's definitely peppy. And the best thing about it too, it's super lightweight, so flickability is not of an issue. You can definitely get it to pop up and down. Suspension doesn't fold on itself, so another big plus. Let's see how we can get this baby going. Oh yeah, you can get this baby over. All right, we already picked up with traffic, so I gotta slow her back down. Let's see if we can get a little quick wheelie into the corner. That was a very baby wheelie. We probably got maybe 2 inches there. I'm pretty comfortable with 2 inches if you know what I'm talking about. Nah, it's okay. Get a little more lively with it. So transmission's good. It's a little slow. You gotta take your time with it. That was a big stick. There we go. Oh, right up under. Oh, that was quick. She is a fun beast. There we go. Now we're having some fun. Thankfully this bike isn't too loud, so I don't think it's going to draw much attention to us. We might be able to hooligan for a bit more. Ooh, little power wheelie. Now that's got to tell you something right there, right? Here we go. We're getting wind over it, dragging back on us. Hard on the brakes. There we go. Nice and smooth in the hard right. There we go. We're pretty much at the end of the horsepower and torque there. Ah, this thing is fun, man. I'm loving it. Really enjoying it. Lots of fun. Let's see if we can give him a little wheelie for the camera, huh? That was fun.
Starting it up, key start, I like that. Not a big fan of the keyless start stuff. It's a very light bike, obviously, and getting rolling, she's got pep, I can tell you that. So the beginning of this ride, we're going to treat her like she's a commuter, and that's immediately what I thought this bike was. When I saw it, I thought, oh, it's, you know, obviously it's going to be on the more affordable range. Certainly not a cheap bike, but it's, you know, half the price of some other entry-level Triumphs, at least. And, you know, does it really have the goods to back it up, or did they cheap out? Now, historically, Triumph is kind of like high focus on handling and you know, decent performance from an engine standpoint. I wouldn't say like hottest thing off the line, but then again, in this price bracket, this thing scoots pretty good. Now, I haven't ridden like the smaller KTM. I consider KTM one of like the powerhouses, but as light as this is, I can tell you she's easy to move around. Seating position is fairly upright, and your feet are tucked up under in a very sporty kind of manner. So is it too small for me? No, not at all. Mirrors are pretty ugly, if I'm being honest, but they work, and I got quite a bit, even though they're ginormous. I'm seeing a bit of elbow, but if I tuck in a bit, I've got actually a fairly good view behind me. It is just roadwork city here now. But I'm not, you know, it's a well-balanced bike even at low speed. Some Triumphs feel a little top heavy at low speed. This one's not too bad. Okay, while we're at a stoplight, we have two rider modes. See if I can get, if you hit the M button, road and rain. I'm going to leave it on road. I think rain probably just cuts down some of the power or something to do with the traction control. We've got some menu buttons here that give us some information, pretty simple to go through. Up, down, left, right kind of things. And turn signals on the left. And that's about it. There's no cruise control, there's no heated grips. The grips are pretty beefy, actually. Substantial. Bike is easy to, very maneuverable. And I'd feel comfortable lane splitting if that's legal in your state. This bar set is kind of in between sporty and dirt, I would say. But I'm not feeling that it's too small. The seat is pretty well padded. It's kind of thick padding. I don't know about sitting on it for like a long period of time, but I don't really consider this a touring bike. So for around town commuting, it appears to just be a really nice little bike. Easy to ride at sort of in-town speed, and if you have to get up on a curb or something, it's kind of versatile, you know. So yeah, you know, you're getting onto a bike that has fairly lengthy maintenance intervals. Generally, at least in the West Coast, Triumph has shop rates that are commensurate with the lower average of shop cost. In where I live, actually, Triumph is one of the cheaper in town to get work done per hour. The bikes have, like I said, generally lengthy maintenance intervals. I'll put them up here. I know once I owned a Tiger, I kind of got used to the way you take care of these things, and I've never really had an issue. And generally, for like an oil change, they're pretty simple to do yourself. I would recommend when you start to do things with the engine plugs and you know, valve checks and things, I would probably recommend having someone who really knows what they're doing do that. I don't do that. But rear brake is actually pretty stout. Horn. It's your standard Triumph horn. Only Triumph I know that has a different one is a Thunderbird, which is what I have on my trophy. It sounds a little more like a car horn. As far as the way the dampening and the suspension is for me right now, it feels like it's one of those in the middle bikes. It's sort of stiff enough that the handling is sharp, but it's a little spongy too. So like it's soaking up the imperfection. This road's got a fair amount of imperfection, and it's not bad. For me, when I look at this bike, like, you know, when it's just sitting there, it's actually very slick. It's not dinky looking. I think there's some things, if you see in a picture, you might think, oh, those little shiny foot plates look cheesy, but in person, it's actually not bad, and they're pretty functional to, you know, keep your boots from causing scratches. I'm gonna let them go ahead, and let's just see what this thing can do, huh? So we're going to drop her down to second gear. Second gear, 5,000. Here we go. Ready? Pretty good. You know, for what you're getting from what is essentially like a global platform commuter bike, you're getting a sport bike. I mean, I have to really use my abs to like hold myself down. So I'm feeling some G's. I can tell you that throughout this rev range, at least to me, not a professional, but I'm seeing. Okay, so about 6,000 to 8,000 is giving me a really good tingle in my dingus. So that's where it likes to be. Now, as we've seen, Matt has taken this bike just to crazy levels of performance, and I'm not really used to the bike, so, and we got gravel. But obviously you can put this thing through the ringer. And I'm no racer, but within a day I can tell you that my confidence factor would be up, up, up. Alright, let's just do a straight up 0 to 60 here, huh? And not really like a tire burner, just kind of a... That's fast, that's it. So, like all Triumphs, very torquey. And very easy to ride. Shifter, satisfying clunk. A little different than, say, the Tiger, the new Tiger 900 or the 1200. They're kind of buttery, which either way is fine. But I definitely know that I shifted gears on this. So really a fun bike. So, what do you think about the bike? Personally, I thought it was pretty fun to ride, and you know, for the cost at about $8,000, you really do get a lot of bike, and I think Triumph is a really interesting company. Once you get on a bike, I think you're gonna like it, and you'll probably end up owning another Triumph in your lifetime. To summarize, this bike is a heck of a commuter. It's fast. It has a good amount of horsepower for the price. It equates to about $100 a horsepower, which is pretty good. It definitely competes well with the FZ07, your CB, your Honda CB, and your Kawasaki entry-level bikes. And I think you're going to find that from a handling perspective, you're going to get a little more out of this bike. You've got low cost of maintenance, decent intervals of maintenance as far as mileage, and don't forget that 2-year warranty, which if you're looking at a used bike, one of the nice things about considering this versus say a used bike around the same price is that you're going to get that 2-year warranty, and that gives you some peace of mind without having to buy the extended warranty, which will in turn probably not pay for any actual fixes. Believe me, that's happened to me. Lastly, again, thank you to Matt from Cascade Moto Classics, and thank you, Cascade Moto Classics, for loaning me this bike to get my hands on it and my 2 cents. We'll be soon doing the Speed Triple, the new 1200, so I'm pretty dang excited about that. I'll see you guys next time. Please like, subscribe, and all the other stuff so you get the updates of when we post, and I'll see you next time.